Palmistry reading of a female whose age is 36. We would be reading her hand. Before I start my video, I request you to press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. You can call me or you can email me. These are the phone number and the email that are mentioned on the screen in front of you. So now we straight away head to this particular hand image that we have in front of us. This is the right hand of the female, and generally it is said that we should take a look at the left hand and not the right hand of the female. But in my case, I try to take a look at both the hands to come to the final conclusion. It's not that left hand is of lesser importance compared to the right hand. Both hands show importance, but at the same time, women who are working, I give more importance to the right hand. So first we would start by the right hand. Now in this particular hand, there's a little bit different kind of hand, different kind of lines. That is, normally everybody has this headline, lifeline, money line. They are of different shapes and sizes, but in this case, regarding the heart line, it is something like this. So normally a normal kind of a heart line looks like something like a simple kind of a heart line, something like this. But out here, it is made up of two pieces. And we can say there's a break also. Now the heart line that comes and touches the headline, this is the headline, is a little bit negative indication. Any line, if they point towards the fingers, those are considered to be good, and if they are kind of leaning downwards at the base of the palm, those are considered to be a little bit negative. Now the negative aspect of this particular line is that when a heart line leans towards the headline, it means misplaced affections. Misplaced affections is being affectionate to somebody who is not worth your affection. It is like giving your time, effort, energy to people who are not worth it. You know those people are not worth it, and still the person is giving their time, energy, and these things. So this is one way of looking. The second is that the second line, this is the second line that you see out here. This is kind of normal, but it is not starting from the edge of the palm, and it is starting kind of purely and purely on the mount of Mercury. Now this plays a little bit significant in terms of probably some skill or the other. There have been few top people that I've met, and they have this kind of an indication. Like one gynec was there. She's one of the top gynecs of Delhi. She has this particular line. Like a very good a lawyer had this particular indication, and even something like a Suhana Khan or a Ranbir Kapoor also has got a break, something like this out here. But those breaks are a little bit different because in those case the line is not reaching the headline, it is not touching the headline. So a line that the heart line that touches the headline is a little bit negative. Now her age is 36 right now. Let us just pinpoint this particular age on the headline. This intersection of the money, this is the money line pointing towards the Saturn mount, and the headline. So this intersection is age 35. So this portion of money line is before the age of 35. This portion of headline is before the age of 35. Now what you automatically see is that this portion is age 35. So a line from the inner Mars, this is Mars negative, this is just a name. So a line from inner Mars is kind of angling and touching the headline just around the age of 35-36. And a horizontal line that touches the headline or the money line kind of creates disturbances. So this area of Mars negative is the area of anger, aggression, and fire. So horizontal line that touches somewhere out here, it might mean oppositions or something to do with the problems associated with Mars. So anger, aggression, and fire. And whenever we are angry, the chances of taking sane decisions decreases, because when we are angry, we don't listen to anybody and we are just angry. That's it. So we have to remove the anger part from our life. Now, if we just take a look at the anger part also out here, specifically, this is, I've just spoken about one line, but if we just take a look at the area of Mars negative, now this is the area of Mars negative. This has got many horizontal, like this, there's a grill-like formation out here. A grill-like formation on any particular mount kind of overworks that particular mount. And overworking of any particular mount means that the few flaws can come about in that particular mount. So because this is the area of anger, aggression and fire, so the chances of a person getting angry over wrong issues increase. The feeling could be there that things are not within a person's control. This feeling might be there, and it could also there's one more aspect to anger and aggression. See, anger and aggression is, we can't say with certainty that it is always wrong. Sometimes anger is targeted anger, sometimes the anger is untargeted anger. So when there are more lines overhead, then the chances of untargeted anger increases, and it is negative, I would say. This is the lifeline, and the lifeline lines that are running parallel out here, these are comparatively better lines compared to the lines that are horizontal. Lines that run parallel to the main lifeline, it means support, it means fighting spirit. It also means that these people are able to fight against difficult people, difficult situations, and ultimately come out as winners. So in that way it is good. Now if we just take a look at the portion of the headline, this is the portion of the headline that we are referring to, you would notice that there is no clarity in the headline. Clarity means that the line should be absolutely simple. The simpler the line, the better kind of results can be expected. Now it has, if we just zoom in into this particular image, you would find few backward lines pointing towards the Mount of Mars. So when a line from the Mount of Mars originates and joins the headline, it kind of means anger coming into the mind, and anger is bad for decision making. So this is one way of looking at it. The other way is that you would notice that there's an island like formation out here. Islands on the headline means few troubles, and specifically under the Mount of Saturn. This is the Mount of Saturn, and Saturn is for depression. See, Saturn, each and every planet is has got some good qualities and bad qualities. The good quality of Saturn is money management, being responsible, and being wise. All these kind of qualities are there in Saturn. But the negative quality is depressive tendencies, and specifically if the headline is a little bit disturbed, then the chances of those kind of decisions basically increase, like depressive tendencies increase. And if the area of Mount of Mars is so much red, there are many lines out here, so the chances are that the stomach might get disturbed, because maximum fire is in our stomach, and if there are many lines over the Mount of Saturn, the stomach gets disturbed. And it is said that if your stomach is perfect, the chances of everything being good in your life increases. So this is just another way of looking at things. Now if we take a look at one more aspect that is on the line of life, this is the line of life, and you would notice that there are a few upward lines pointing towards the Mount of Jupiter. These are not very strong lines, but still they are there, these lines out here. It takes a person to high position in life, but because these are very weak kind of lines, so if these were very strong, then I would have said it with certainty, but because these are weak, so it is still going to play out, but not in such a significant way. Now we just take a brief look at the left hand as well. Now on the left hand, again there are too many lines. If you just take a look at, there are too many lines all over the palm, and same on the Mount of Mars negative. There are many lines. I've already explained regarding that. I won't explain it again. In this particular hand, the heart line is much more simpler compared to the left hand, uh, compared to the right hand. And the sun line becomes much more prominent after the age of 53. Normally, this is how the sun line travels, and this is the headline. So this portion is before the age of 35, this is 35 to 53, and this is 53 and beyond. So whenever we find a sunline to be prominent above the heartline and below the finger, the age is 53, after the age of 53. But we can't say with certainty that success is only going to come after the age of 53, uh, because in practically whenever I see people's hand and I find the line to be strong out here, I generally say for throughout the life and not generally, only after the age of 53. You would notice that there's a weak kind of a sunline kind of traveling, pointing towards the mount of sun. This is the mount of sun. So you would notice that this particular sunline is kind of forming a wave-like formation. A wave-like formation is generally not considered to be the best, because it is kind of like, imagine you're traveling in a car, and if the road is something like a wave-like formation, you have to kind of slow down your car, and on top of it there are few brakes also out here. So that's the reason why this wavy kind of a sunline is not the best. But it doesn't mean that the person wouldn't get success. It just means that if the line was simpler, it would have been better, and the speed of the car would have been much more faster, and success would have been much more greater. In the left hand, you would notice that this is the main money line that we are referring to. It is kind of ending on the headline. This is the headline. It is ending on the headline. So the age on the headline is approximately 35. When I have already mentioned the intersection of the money and the headline is age 35. So it kind of ends at the age of 35. Now, ending of the money line has got great significance. It has got 2 or 3 different meanings. I'm just going to explain all the meanings. One of the meaning is that there could be job loss, work loss, or something like that, because it concerns the money line. So automatically it has to do something with your job, business, or whatever. The second aspect could be the main earning member of the family. Their health or wealth goes down, so more responsibility falls onto this particular person's head. Second thing is that. Third thing is that the person's personal life may get disturbed. So this is the third aspect. So we have to be a little bit careful during this particular portion of our life. But whatever I might have said, you would notice that this is the money line, but there's also a line that is running parallel to the main line, and this continues after the age of 35 till the age of 53. And apart from this, there's another money line that is kind of running parallel. So there could be dual or triple kind of income that the person may have in his life. There are many lines in the mid portion of the palm. Now, many lines in the mid portion of the palm could mean that the person may lose their temper. The person may lose their temper. So this is, I've already advised that the person needs to control their temper. Now, this particular line that you see, this is known as the via Lescavia line. I can't say with certainty that if this is a via Lescavia line or not. I'll just explain the meaning. You can basically correlate that, do these things apply in your life or not. Now, a via Lescavia line is the line of addiction. Now, addiction can be of any kind. It can be to computers, it can be to any possible thing, or it could also mean allergic to something or the other. So this is what this particular line basically means. And I'm just taking a look at the mercury finger. The mercury finger appears to be a little bit short. I have to correlate and ask her if this is really short. It is not touching the top line of the ring finger. This is the ring finger. So if it is really short, if it is minor short, it doesn't matter. But if it is really short, then we would say that the person might create distance between their near and dear ones. So this is another way of looking at it. And you would notice that there's a small island-like formation just around the age of 34, 35. That's the approximate age that we see. Coming back to the right hand. Now this particular hand, if we take a look out here, there's a break. First break is out here. The second one starts out here, then there's a kind of a break again. Then another line basically starts, then there's another break, and then there's a third break. So they're constant breaks, and there are kind of branches that are leaning downward from the heartline, pointing towards the headline. Now this is a little bit negative. What it basically means is that the person is not being able to commit themselves completely. It could mean getting distracted. The person is not able to focus their energies to one particular thing. And these branches that you see are distractions. Now distractions can be in relationships, and distractions can be in your profession as well. Or basically you're doing very good in your career, but somebody comes up and they tempt you to do something else. So you get distracted and then you start to do something else. So it is always best to remain committed to what we have been doing instead of getting distracted and doing different things. In the right hand as well, you would notice that the money line is kind of ending somewhere before it touches the headline, so somewhere close to the age of 35. Then the new line that develops, that too is a little bit in formation, in a wavy like formation, that too ends at the age of 35. And then finally a very good deep and clear, and a line that is very distinct and clear and going in a particular direction, kind of forms somewhere close to the age of 35, and that continues till the age of 53. The other aspect on her palm is that apart from this heart line, you would also notice that these are circular kind of lines out here. And now these lines are known as girdle of Venus. Now girdle of Venus is the line for hysteria, like uncontrolled emotions. Your emotions are going really up and down constantly. When you're happy, you're extremely happy. When you're sad, you're really dipping downwards. So this kind of a nature a person needs to control. If they are able to control, then their personal life also is much more stable. In the right hand, you would notice that the line of the finger of Mercury is not so short. It is almost touching the top line of the ring finger. So probably the image, the way the image was taken might not have been taken in the right way. That is the reason I might have felt that the Mercury finger is short, but in this case it appears to be of appropriate length. Now I would just end my video out here and take the other questions, and before I end my video, I will just repeat few things that I repeat in almost every video. Importance of money line in terms of how much money we'll be making in our life is just 15%. We can come to know about money from almost any aspect of our palm. It can be our headline, our heart line, our lifeline, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or any other planet on our hand. A saint once said, you don't need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about your future, because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company, because see, whatever negative aspects that I might have told you, they may never apply in your case, provided the person is in right company, and right company removes all the doubts, all the negative aspects that may get applied to her. Thanks for watching. Bye and take care.